So I'm sitting here waiting for a client to get home to talk about moving that palm tree somewhere else on the property. I think they're going to build a ADU, accessory dwelling unit. You're going to hear a lot about those three words coming up. Did you hear about Sacramento? Sacramento outlawed single-family housing. And anybody that's in single-family housing now, they can build like many multiple dwelling units on their property, which I'm not sure if I'd be so happy about that if that were my neighborhood. But anyway, whatever. Progress, can't stop progress. But I'm sitting here marveling at this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Well, first I was marveling at my beautiful, beautiful car, but then I got tired of that and started looking at this beautiful sago palm. So sometimes you see these sago palms that are really like luxurious and kind of like stretchy. This one's really stretchy. See how big my moccasin is compared to the foliage, right? It's huge, huge spread. And so how did it get like that? Well, it got like that because it's reaching for the light. See, it's on the north side here. Doesn't get a lot of light. And that's how they can get really, really pretty. I think my customer is coming. So that's going to be the end of the video. And there's another tree I have to move. Okay, so as it turns out, for $285, I just saved this homeowner thousands and thousands, as he just quoted, because some tree guy told him that to build an ADU, accessory dwelling unit here, he had to get rid of this tree. But it turns out the buildings was like where the fence is, and then it goes back that way. So the tree is not in conflict with the building. I said, well, what's the problem? Why do you need to move it if the tree's not in the way? And he said, well, the tree guy said that the tree's going to get messed up from the building being built around it. I said, hell no. Let me repeat that. Hell no. That tree can't. The only way you can hurt that tree is you direct a freight train at it. Maybe at least 60 miles an hour, direct hit. That will mess up the tree. Anything short of that, that tree's not going anywhere. You can cut these roots back. You can stop watering it. Oh gosh, you can hit it with your car over and over again, and your car will surely suffer, but the tree probably won't, especially when you leave the bark on for cushioning. So anyway, and then here we are at the sago palm, but I have more sago palm. The light's getting really low, really fast. Anyway, so I walked around. Here's a great example. Guys, if you're going to build dry creeks, please dig the creek out. That's a beautiful dug out dry creek. You see that? A lot of people just put these stones in on grade. And it's like, come on, have you ever seen a stream like that? Sometimes they're higher than the grade. The stream always digs itself out. Go look at the Grand Canyon and you'll understand what I mean. There's a high part and then there's a low part. But anyway, I taught my customer how to eat his queen palm seed right there, which is so gummy and wonderful. There it is. And he said that's his favorite tree. He never knew. He's lived here for a very long time, like 20, 30 years. He's never known you could eat those. And he loves it. So he's stoked. He's going in to get me some money for my consultation. But let's end the video on a more sun-grown sago palm here. And here it is. Palms are not actually a palm. You're going to get a little education. You'll be forever famous on my YouTube channel.
I'm looking forward to that.
You walked right in the frame. It's not my fault. It's your fault.
No, it's my fault.
Yeah. So to be clear, we don't get any hate mail. My customer here, who I'm not going to name so he doesn't get stalked, has taken the vaccine.
The vaccine.
Got the vaccine because he's a healthcare worker, and I'm outside and I'm staying 6 feet, and so I get some hate mail sometimes when I'm not wearing a mask.
Yeah.
I think they're going to come stone me to death. But anyway, I'm going to get close to this tree because I cannot infect this tree, no matter how hard I try, if I happen to have COVID at this very moment. But here we go. This is a female. This is what the females do for the sago palms. They make this crazy flower, and we were wondering what it was, and I explained that these are the seeds of the sago palm being formed in the middle here. And they're beautiful. If you take off this tomentum, you'll see it's a beautiful, shiny orange. Whoops. And I've never actually germinated these things. I usually divide these plants, but I'm sure that you could sprout these things. I'm sure they'll take a very long time to grow. But you gonna try it? You gonna try to sprout them?
Yeah.
All right. But at a very minimum, you can come out and clean these things up really nicely and put them in a beautiful exotic bowl that you probably bought from World Market and put it on your counter for everyone to marvel at for an extremely long time before it loses its
So you call this
luster.
hazy covering a timentum?
tomentose material. I don't know if that's the right word. Maybe, yeah, it's
You were
any
describing it.
anything kind of hairy, you know,
Got it. Okay. That's
right there. Yeah, and but the thing about this is that it's kind of ugly, except for the seeds that are in there, covered in deep, which you can't really see. The other thing,
they look like teeth.
do they? Let's get a close up. There you go. I got a 3-foot arm. There
See
you
that?
go. Yeah, isn't that cool?
It looks like a tooth,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a molar.
And so as I was explaining here, that this plant is starting to discolor a little bit. You can see the yellow. And the reason why is because all the energy is going to this seed production. There's just an immense amount of seeds in there. It takes an immense amount of energy to create those seeds. And so oftentimes when you see this female head forming, if you want to keep your sago palm really happy, you can actually cut all of this off and then direct that energy into the green part, which is the primary reason why you bought the plant and placed it here. And that's pretty much all I can think of. You think the consult worked out for you?
The consult was a great success.
I'm stoked that you don't have to move your tree. And you planted that. How big was that tree when you planted the canary palm?
This big.
That big? How long ago was that?
25 years ago.
Because the tree now has got to be 33, 34 feet tall. So 25 years, you can get a 35 foot tree.
Yeah.
That's pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
Right on.
Almost exactly 25 years ago.
The only problem with
Planted
that,
those redwood trees too. Same
oh my
time.
goodness, yeah.
Those redwood trees were planted the same time as that sago palm.
That is really fantastic story. I love it when people stay on their property for a really long time. I'm never leaving my property.
Unfortunately, the left one broke in a windstorm.
Oh, I
and
see the top of that,
tree
yeah.
fell off and came down like a Damien omen spike.
Damien
and
Omen spike.
crushed the table below it.
Oh wow.
But luckily did not hit the house.
Yeah.
Missed by about 2 feet.
Wow.
But the other two are still intact. So
Right
there
on.
was a creek back there that so that's why there's so much water for those. They grow.
Oh, they're so
beautifully.
happy because they feel like they're in habitat.
But
yeah.
then they took the creek out and put a 7x7 underground culvert.
Oh.
And so now the water rushes through that. But still, I think the redwoods have a way of getting the water out
Yeah.
where the water all settles
Yeah,
down.
because that water, it will, there's going to be cracks in those culverts, and that water will soak through the cracks, and then those trees will find that ground. But yeah, it's too
And I
bad
think
that we.
the soil's really good because it's alluvial, right? It's coming.
Oh
off
no,
the
the soil's
mountain.
amazing down here in Danville.
Yeah.
All this flat soil down here, coming off all these big hills from the Los Trompas ridgeline. This is thousands of years of alluvial soils building up. So,
yeah.
I mean, down here, this is where trees just get huge. So,
Yeah.
yeah, but well, right on.
Spot. That oak tree is one of the most beautiful trees I've ever seen. When it gets leaves on it, it's spectacular. In the summer, it's just unbelievable.
I'm gonna guess that's a Quercus lobata, the valley oak.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
right
the
now
one
it's
that's a protected
taking
tree.
its time off right now. All right, well,
Okay.
there you go. I'm gonna grab my money. We're
you
gonna
go.
get one last shot, close up of some beautiful orange seeds, and that'll be the end of it.